What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Drift Games vlog. Thanks for tuning. Oh, sorry again. Sorry, just went blue for some reason.
For tuna.
Tuna. Thanks for tuna. Thanks for tuna. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Drift Games YouTube channel and the Drift Games vlog. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate all you guys liking and subscribing to the channel. We just got an overwhelming response from our first round of the Irish Drift series and the videos we put out. We had an absolute blast. We're now massively on the come down after what was a crazy day of action. So we thought it'd be pretty fun to do a video where we explained, number one, what damage was done to the cars at the event and how it was done, what we need to do to fix them for the next round, and we're gonna have a little bit of a talk later on about what we need to learn from our first event, sort of our mindset going into the second. What have we learned? What should we improve on? What should all that kind of stuff? And then also we got a brand new merch drop coming for Drift Games, which we're super excited about. The boys are getting it into the office today. They're coming down to the shed to show us. We haven't seen it in the flesh yet, so we're gonna open that up. That might give you guys a little behind the scenes of how we go through the merch and our reaction to it. So
I'll say it's a good job that there is a merch drop seen as awkwardly.
We'd also like to mention that Josh and I, not only did we arrive today both wearing navy and black, which is a no-no in the fashion world, but we both wore this today. So it's not like we have a uniform, we just should be making more contact with each other beforehand before we wear the same things. But then again, that's why we need some new merch for Drift Games, because we're running out of stock. So you guys can check it out later in the episode. So I suppose we'll start with the 180, which definitely got the most amount of damage. Josh did one big crash, I did many small crashes, which is what happened. And so we went to qualifying, and we actually, before qualifying, we went into the gravel and we lost the side skirt, and I think you can see a shot of that when I was warming the tires. So I lost the rear bumper and the side skirt, so you can see that here now. So the rear bumper was fine, there was no issues there. It's a little bit cracked just from falling off and rubbing along the ground a bit, and that's okay, we'll accept that. The side skirt is still MIA. We don't know where that is. It's somewhere in Mondello. Mike may have it, Mike may not have it. So let's have a look as we go down the side of the car. This is the first thing you'll notice, is that I did get a rub on the door from Alan Delaney in my top 16 battle.
Still, oh, look at this. Up onto the door.
So as you can see here, this is what happens to your door. And this is actually a perfect tire rub from Alan Delaney, because it actually took the sticker off, but it didn't actually damage the door. So that was the first of many bangs on the car. We realized that running very wide wheels and the suspension moving has cracked the front arch quite badly.
You can see where it's marked around
the tire. Yeah. So that's Stancio. Actually doesn't really work that well for drifting, and it means that your tire just hits the arch. So this is where we get to the most amount of damage, which was done on the front of the car. So the number of hits here. The first one is I hit Mark Brady. Actually, two things. I hit Mark Brady twice, actually.
Jumps down the inside, wheel to wheel.
So this was this front took a bit of a bang, as you can see, from hitting Mark's rear bumper.
You actually bent that down from whatever this hit was here. Was that Mark Brady? You bent that bar up.
I bent that bar up. You can actually see it from the front that that bar is not level. So
although I think we actually got on footage. Wayne did a professional job of standing on it and jumping up and down.
I know, it was a good run. Look.
Oh, no. There you go, bent back into shape.
And then we cracked the bumper. The majority of this, though, is when I tried to stay in the chase position. Mark made a little error in front of me, and I got kind of nowhere to go. Split-second decision was either handbrake or full throttle across the grass. Obviously, I went full throttle across the grass.
Nor was there contact.
So that took off the front splitter, absolutely destroyed it, turned the bumper upside down. I thought the bumper was broken because all I could see was the bottom of the bumper. So they couldn't get it out, it was wedged in the car, and I said, you know what, the bumper's probably broken anyway, I won't annoy the track marshals, I'll just drive back into the pits, not knowing that the bumper was actually in okay shape.
Zero consideration right there.
So what I did eventually was just destroy the bumper by scraping it along the ground.
Like saying that, it's quite smoothly ground down. It's not like roughed out. But
no, I think that's repairable, and so is the bottom. You just got scraped.
The bottom's worse. The bottom's wore through to the end. You may be able to stick it over. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll try and fix that. This side of the car, do you know what, actually came off pretty okay.
Dave, you missed out a massive part of the damage. So as he says, this side didn't get any damage. The wheel took a big brunt of said damage.
Yeah, that was another hit. So this is in the top 4. I hit Max Cotton, and I kind of touched his car, and then when he transitioned, his wheel just came across hit this, broke the tie rod.
Dream weekend for the youngsters. Dave Egan comes and looks to put pressure on him, and Dave Egan goes off circuit.
So that was another bit of damage done. But that's kind of it. I mean, mechanically it's still running fine, everything else is okay. There's a few bumps, but we got to the top 4, which is pretty cool. And obviously the more driving you do, the more damage you do. At least that's what I'm going with. But, you know, sometimes people go to the top 32 and just do one battle and do a whole load of damage just in one battle. And people like Josh do that. Isn't that right, Josh? So let's have a look at your little MX5 after that.
I would say there's a mark from every single battle that you went through, which is the same as me. Every battle I went through, I have a scar. So all I have is this.
Now, I'm going to show how that is pretty much a bang. Now, that was a big bang.
It was a big bang. You know what, on live stream, it didn't look like that big of a bang. But then, like, from the onboard, I literally just plowed into it.
You just drove straight into James
His
Deane.
neck hurt. I injured him.
You injured James Deane on your first battle.
I did.
But that is the only damage, and the bumper survived.
Sorry, there's the side skirt came off in the gravel pit, and the alloys are a bit scratched.
And the front bumper is?
Fine, somewhere.
We don't know where it is.
Truck, but that was absolutely fine. Somehow it.
I think it's, you know why the front bumper is fine? It's because you went in backwards straight into the gravel, so it just popped off.
But I kind of hit him. I think it's a tiny bit correct. We'll have a look in a bit. But I must have hit there, and that popped that clip off, and it perfectly flipped out the way. So, like, as you can see, there's nothing even of that part there, and there's nothing behind there, so that just kind of dented in.
Yeah, so what we're going to try and do now is do some small repairs, and obviously that's not the most exciting thing in the world, so I've challenged Josh to make it look as exciting as possible before we get into the debrief from IDS Round 1. So we're just about to put the splitter on, but we've been interrupted because Keane is here, and I think he's here because the new merch has just dropped. We get to check it out for the first time ever, which I'm excited about. Have you got exciting presents for us?
Yes, have you told people what I've got?
We got new merch.
I have no merch.
We have new merch.
I managed to fit 4 of the boxes in.
Well, you have got an estate car now, to be fair.
Yeah, but I have enough cleaning gear in the car that it's taken up the rest of
Of course, yes.
We wouldn't be using Josh's Fiat 500 now for deliveries of the merch by any means.
Stacked.
Here's one for you. One I prepared earlier.
I've got a camera, so I can't carry anything.
Or you're just being lazy.
A few moments later.
This is a small blade.
Small blade or big hands?
I know we have 3 hoodies and 2 t-shirts. Is what we've got coming.
Yeah. This is the new hoodie. Yeah. But it's black, so...
This is the new.
That's right, let's see.
Is this the big reveal?
Yeah, watch.
Wait for the flip, wait for the flip.
So this is the same as normal?
You can't even see anything, Dave. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da.
That is super cool.
Drifting is dead. Long live drifting.
Yeah, it's a bit like...
Can you explain this?
So, when a king dies, they say the king is dead, long live the king. So this is a kind of a play on words for that, but with drifting. Now you're from England, so you should know this, but you don't, because you're uncultured. But this is, and then see, look, you've got a Grim Reaper.
Yeah, I get it.
Indicating death.
He's got a spanner.
But he's got a spanner in his hands instead of a sick. Is that what they normally have?
Yeah.
Sick. New t-shirt, ready? New t-shirt. So, this is a grey, heather grey, nice colour, right? Black Drift Games logo. But we have never done any merch for our Drift Games Bashes, which is our favourite event we actually do. So we've come up with this.
The Drift Games Bash.
Drive all day, party all night.
Which we have all tried and tested.
And then it has some Japanese writing, which says Drift Games Bash.
I like that one.
Party all day, or drift all day, party all night. You want to party all day and drift all night. That's not allowed in Mandela.
No.
Josh, look that way.
Oh, me. Slick.
But the worst thing was, that was completely out of shot.
By the way, I'm taking all larges because I'm just taking these home with me because I want to.
That's why I've taken.
That's why he's picked large, so he knows I'm going to take these straight away. This one I really like, black and cream. So on the front,
Same again.
black and cream, nothing too major.
Oh, I kind of like the cream.
The cream's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. You can't really tell on the camera as much, but it's more creamier than
Ready?
white.
Ready for the back design?
Go, 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 go.
Boom. That's slick, right?
Drift Games brake hearts, not parts. That's a cool one. I like that. That's the same cream on the back as well.
Yeah, and then see this? This is cool, because see this
Yeah.
MX5 That's 2017 in Roman numerals, Josh.
Which is when?
Which is when we first set up Drift Games.
Yes.
And it says 100%, because that's everything we do.
You got to go 100%. It should say 110%.
No, because that's what happens with this. This is 110%. Just 100% was fine. Just go 100%, not 110%.
Wait, I try and get this one at least.
Maybe you're supposed to look at Dave.
Sorry, I got it wrong again. Right, full body in. Here we go. Oh, that looks slick.
That was good. So we're getting there. Very subtle. Flip it over. We've got
the hood. All right.
So this is the same as the cream one, but it's in grey, so it's a little bit more subtle.
That's just the jumper version of that.
Yep, pretty much the jumper version of that, as you guys can see. It's good that the Corolla's getting.
I was going to say this is the most use the Corolla's got in a long time.
It's got a while now, so it's just a shelf.
Whoa!
Whoa!
This is the last one.
He's not showing as much as excitement as he should be.
I'm in the background.
This is the one. This is actually the one I've been excited for the most because
it's a bit bold.
It's a bit bold.
It's a bit bold. Red,
right? Ready?
See.
Oh,
I like that one.
Yeah, it's like blood red.
It is, because I thought that one kind of looked like sort of like the horror kind of.
Slash, yeah.
Yeah. I like the red.
2 new t-shirts, 3 new hoodies. So that's new range. We'll have some more coming later in the year, but this one is limited. Remember, obviously, we take in for a certain range, then we jump onto another range, so that we won't be making these after these are all gone. They're gone. So get onto the Drift Games shop and pick yourself up something cool. There might be some left after me and Josh steal all of these, so you might want to grab them. And everything you buy supports the channel, supports us, gets us through 2020 and allows us to keep fixing cars, which is exactly what we're going back to. What's up guys, sorry to interrupt this video, but I want to give a big shout out to one of our main partners here at Drift Games, Link ECU. Now we run Link ECU in our cars all the time, and they're an incredible piece of kit. These little boxes, you get the most advanced tuning software, you also get to monitor your car at the track, and we've found it the most helpful thing we've ever put in a car. We get the best out of each of our drift cars and road cars with these, and they're also run by the best drifters in the world, like the guys from the Drift Masters European Championship. If you want to check out the full range of Link ECU products, go onto their website. I'm sure there's something for your car there right now.
I would say that is almost as good as kind of new.
It's not bad. That's the thing about drift cars. They are designed to take a hit. Fiberglass is designed to be repaired. A little bit of, cleaning up here and there on some of the marks. A bit of quick detailer. I think she'll, from 25 feet away, look as it did at the start of the last round.
If you just look through here, look at the camera.
Just looks mint. No problemos.
Very rough driver.
Rough driver.
Not sure what you're doing there.
The bung. Get the dust off, which is good to go.
So Dave is off doing his arts and crafts. You having fun, Dave?
And stickers.
He's doing stickers again, which he's very good at. So I've taken the wing off my car and I'm going to bait it with a hammer. And Dave wasn't quite up for doing the fancy montage. I'm not actually sure if it came out fancy at this point. It could be rubbish. So you're gonna have to stick with on static and a time lapse. Well, it's on anyways, just not sure for how long.
What are you doing? I think I'm just going to wash my car because I think it's actually not looking too bad, and that means the only thing we really have to do to it for the next round of the Irish Drift Series is some alignment. So I'm going to go give it a scrub, and hopefully it turns out a little bit shinier at the left of the track. Okay, so the car is washed, looking good. Better than did leaving the event anyway, and we're now going to sit down and talk about what we learned about IGS. You're going to sit that close to me? Oh, this chair's a bit. There we go. Are we in shot? We're in shot. We look really tall now.
We look tall.
No, you look tall.
I can still fit in the shot.
Yeah, it's okay.
Would you want to sit on this?
No, this is much more comfortable.
Want to put the bucket seat on top of there to make yourself feel better?
No, I'm alright.
Do you need a stage?
Shut up, Josh. Doing the thing where we round up the event. Alright guys, so this is our thoughts on IDS round 1. It was a very eventful event for the Drift Games team. It's Josh's first competition and my first competition in Ireland in 6 years. I've done some British Drift Championship in the last couple of years, but it was definitely one we were taking.
You haven't done much competition though.
No,
in
I
the
think
past 6 years.
No, I think it's probably done 3 or 4 rounds, maybe a bit more than that. I'm not sure, but yeah, definitely was an interesting experience. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on how I got on and what I need to improve or change. So one thing I really learned at the event is I probably do need a spotter, because every single battle I was in,
I can vouch for that, because there was one battle where someone made a mistake in the first corner and then was on him at the end and you had no idea.
I just thought he was on me the whole way through, so I went in really gung-ho on every battle. Then again, I don't like backing out, and I do think it makes it more exciting when you drive 100% all the time. So I think my mindset going into the event was, well, if I can't win the event, I'll try and do some exciting stuff. So I tried to do some dives, get on some doors, push some people around, and that all worked out really well. Until it didn't. So what I realized is that aggression is all about managing aggression. So you can be aggressive in some battles and you can keep pushing and pushing and pushing, but at some point you push too far and you've left yourself nowhere else to go but a crash, and that's exactly what I did. Would have really liked the battle with James just to see how much more speed he was carrying than me, or was it similar? But what I learned was, be aggressive, but just don't push your luck and get to a point where you get caught. So it's about managing aggression. I also learned that if you're running street tires and you can dial all the grip you want mechanically into the car, but you can't drop the tires to ridiculously low pressures or they'll come off the rims, which is what cost me my first qualifier. I think we were somewhere at 10 or 12 PSI, and even the start line marshal said to me that he could see my tires moving on the rims as I was.
The worst thing was that was untested. You never ran 10 before on road tires.
No, always on semi-slick. So it's just a different thing to, you know, the sidewalls are different. We're running really wide wheels this year. The 59 North wheels are super wide. They look great.
There's a bit of stretch on
There's a lot of stretch on the tire. So from my perspective, I think that's it. Just learn that we can only go so low on tire pressures. I think we ran all the battles at 15 PSI. So that was fine. There was no issues there. And just managing aggression. Other than that, what I took away from it was that I kind of am in the mix with the rest of the people on the grid. That was a surprise to me, that, you know, finishing 4th, almost locking myself out, I was in the mix. I could have got a podium if I'd kind of kept my head, so that's a big confidence booster going into round 2. So we're not making any changes to the car, we've just tidied it up and we're going to go back out and be as aggressive as we were, just not pushing our luck. So that's kind of what I learned. You, Josh, on the other hand, had a lot to learn.
I did have a lot to learn, but then again, I had nothing to base it on before. So everything that happened, I learned from it, I would say. Being on the start line for practice runs and for qualifying runs is kind of, it's all in your head, I think. You kind of have to settle yourself down instead of letting it get too much to you. And you kind of learn a lot of other people, because in going into this round, I've obviously been filming it for God knows how many years. And you do see people stressing themselves out and it gets the better of them. And it kind of showed for this round of 80 drivers, the amount of people throwing zeros and everything like that, and good drivers as well. So people can drive, but then the pressure of competition would actually put them out. Controlling yourself is the first lesson that I would say I learned. Second lesson, don't crash. You learned that one as well.
No, yeah, well, I learned it the hard way at the end, but I think the big thing I saw with you and you were saying to me was, don't give anybody anything off the line.
That's one thing I massively learned, is if you let off a tiny bit and they go if they put the throttle on before you, then they're kind of gone, and anything you lose at the start is kind of multiplied by 3 or 4 by the time you get to the initiation point. And then I couldn't catch him. I tried to cut the course track, catch him, ended up crashing into him.
Moral of the story being, don't torpedo the best driver on the grid if you can't catch him.
This is from like a media point of view, is you're watching so many lads sometimes and they're at nothing for the whole run. So at least if, like, say you lose them in the first corner, you're kind of at nothing if you stay that. But at least if you can get door and door towards the end, at least you're not just a boring drive.
I think that's one thing that me and Josh have very differently than everybody else, is that we've worked in a different area of drifting. So as a commentator, all you want is people to do exciting things.
So it's the same, like you've commentated, and there's nothing worse than when people are, you almost commentate on 2 different runs.
It's almost like you just
together.
go, whatever, we'll wait till this finishes out, who makes the mistake. But at least there's something exciting happening. you can get your name shouted a little bit louder than everybody
It
else.
kind of shows what you're capable of to be able to drive this.
Yeah, so I think all in all, managing our aggression, not letting the nerves get the best of us, and we both have, the good thing is all of those things are really correctable just by ourselves. The cars are actually fine. So that's the one thing we don't have an excuse on. The cars work good, they ran good, they were lots of grip, they were in the pace of everybody else. So we don't really have to worry about the cars, we just need to get better as drivers. So that's pretty much our roundup episode from IDS Round 1. You guys that have checked out the previous 2 episodes where you saw the action. And we want to know if you guys have any tips or for us, because again,
we're still learning.
We're still learning.
We're accepting that we're not the best.
We're not the best drivers, we never said we are. So you guys might have saw something in our runs or checked something out when it was our live stream or whatever. You might have spotted something that would be a big advantage to us. So let us know in the comments below. Of course, reminding you guys that we have that brand new merch launch coming very, very soon. Keep an eye on our social media channels for that. And we will be now heading off to do some more crazy car stuff over the next couple of weeks before we head back to IDS Round 2. And also let us know about the coverage of IDS. Did you guys like it? Did you think it was fun? Did it capture the emotion? Should we do something different for the next round? Again, this channel is for you guys to watch, so you guys have all the control. So if you want us to do something any different or add something, just let us know.
Mad Mike is not coming over.
We can't bring Mad Mike, but we can bring Mad Josh, who crashes into world champions.
We've got our own Mad Mike.
We got our own Mad Mike. He has a grinder. He's not here today. That's why we got a bit of work done. Anyway, we'll see you on the next episode, guys. Thanks very much for watching.